Are there any other flexibility concerns with these plans? I know business owners sometimes come to me as far as with questions. What kind of flexibility do these set plans have? I don't want to give up control. Do you see that as a negative with these plans, or any issues there for business owners to be
Yeah,
mindful
so
of?
that's a great question. That's another misnomer in the industry. So, again, I will tell you, if you sell to a strategic or a private equity firm, I will promise you, you have lost control because they now own the company. They're going to run it, operate it, and do whatever they want, including terminate you as the selling shareholder, along with oftentimes many of your management team. And I have experienced that from a personal standpoint of a company that I own that I sold to a private equity firm a number of years ago. And that was both one of the best days of my life, but also very shortly thereafter, the worst days of my life. So that's something you need to go into and understand if you're going to go down that path. The flexibility in an ESOP, and this is really in the design of the way it gets created, which is, again, why we work with typically a little bit bigger companies that are looking for more sophistication in the process. Because when you think about it, since when you do an ESOP, you can and your management team will stay on board for as long as you, as the CEO president, will choose to. Nobody's walking you out the door. You'll have an employment package with compensation and benefits that get negotiated, and you can operate and run the company for as long as you choose. When you want to give up that responsibility, all of our selling shareholders also sit on the board of their companies and usually act as the chairman of the board. And the way that we construct these transactions is whether you sell one single share to the ESOP for the benefit of the employees, or you sell 100% of the stock to the ESOP for the benefit of the employees, the level of control that you'll maintain is no different one way or the other. The benefit of selling it this way through an ESOP is the nature of the transaction, as the board will have not operating responsibilities, because that's the CEO, the management team, the CFO. They actually operate the business, but they have a boss, and the boss is the board of directors under corporate law in every state in this country. And so as long as the owner wants to stick around or have family or other key management that will sit on the board of directors of the company, they'll maintain a high degree of control moving forward on helping provide guidance to the management team when they want to step down from the management responsibilities of the company, so that acquisitions, a sale of the company, opening up new offices, taking on additional significant debt other than CapEx debt, all those decisions actually get voted on and made by the board of directors, which again, they will still have a high degree of control over. That's the way we structure the transactions. The differences are, and this is the one piece that every business owner needs to understand: when you own a private company, you control what I call the piracy rights, or the cookie jar rights, meaning anytime there's excess cash in the cookie jar, you own the company, you own 100% of the stock, you can reach into that cookie jar, go to your CFO, say, cut me a check for 100, $500,000, $1 million, whatever the excess surplus is, make it as a distribution or as a dividend or as a bonus for compensation. There are no restrictions to that. When you do an ESOP, the one restriction you do have is you do give up what I call cookie jar rights or piracy rights. The cash in the corporation is for the benefit of all parties, including the ESOP. And so you have now, as a board and as an executive management team, you do take on some fiduciary responsibilities, because the role that you fill is not just fulfilling the role for yourself as the primary shareholder in the past. Your role is to fill the role as supporting the shareholder, which is the ESOP, which is that qualified retirement plan that holds the stock on behalf of the employees. And your job is to make sure that you're running the company and operating the company to help all shareholders, not just you, but all the employees in the firm, and act in the best interest of the company moving forward. That's a key change that does take place when you do a sale to the ESOP.